We began this hour with a second wave of protest in New York City today. This one, called Flood Wall Street, was an unsanctioned march through the already heavily fortified area around America's financial center. This on the heels of Sunday's massive march that saw, by some estimates, up to nearly 500,000 people all marching to bring awareness to global climate change. Today's smaller rally began in Lower Manhattan at Battery Park that saw considerably smaller numbers attend, all risking arrest to highlight the connection between what they say is Wall Street's role in destroying the planet. RT's Alexey Yaroshevsky has the details.
Scenes largely reminiscent of 3 years ago when the Occupy Wall Street protest took place, only this time people are sitting right on Broadway in front of America's largest financial institutions. The back heels of what really was the biggest environmental march in history, veterans of the Occupy Wall Street movement staged another protest right in the streets of New York's financial center. They're protesting against what they describe as corporations destroying environment. There are literally several thousand people, and unlike the march which happened on Sunday, a huge environmental march with tens of thousands participating, this one has not been pre-agreed upon with the authorities, so there is a certain risk of these people being arrested. I've just seen policemen having additional sets of handcuffs on them, and things may turn ugly. Now, this protest is called Flood Wall Street, and many of the protesters here are wearing blue, symbolizing the sea which surrounds New York, and their plan is to flood Wall Street and change it, and change the way corporations are treating the environment. This is not a coincidental rally here, because on the 23rd of September, on Tuesday, the world leaders are gathering within the UN General Assembly to talk about climate. This summit is deemed as historic, just as the march through the streets of New York on Sunday. But the people here, they're clearly unhappy with the lack of action, and they're demanding more. The question is whether they will be able to get their message across, and the biggest question, whether this protest here, largely unsanctioned with people blocking the streets off, will result in any arrests. Alexey Yaroshevsky, RT, reporting from New York City.
And as these protests continue to develop throughout the afternoon and evening, we'll check back with Alexey Yaroshevsky in New York City for the latest.